Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our open discussion. In this episode, we're going to talk about one of the state-owned enterprises, which is PT Krakatau Steel Tbk. And here, we're going to talk about the company analysis. We're going to disclose and see all the things do they doing fraud in 2022 that have been viral lately, or they are doing something wrong. We're going to talk it here. Okay. Before that, we're gonna continue to our introduction. First of all, me, Maafin Pardana.
And me, Sri Putri Karina.
And me, Timothy Freditio.
We're gonna talk about all things regarding the PT Krakatau Steel. Okay, we'll start with the company profile. Basically, PT Krakatau Steel Persero, like what I said before, is a stated-owned enterprise that engage in steel production, and it is initially formed as a form of implementation of the Trikora Steel project that is initiated by our first president, which is Sukarno in 1960. And this is one of the overview of the company milestone. It is started in 1982, the deposit of authorized capital of 5,400 shares from the parent company, and it goes to the 1997. There's a change in company shareholder to 99.98% in Krakatau Steel and 0.02% in PT Krakatau Engineering. Then going to the 2011, there's a signing of joint venture, and it is similar happened in 2013. There's a signing in JVC, and also 2 years forward, there's a rebranding Permata Krakatau Golf. Okay, in this company milestone, we know that there are several core business under the PT Krakatau Steel Persero Tbk. The first one is Krakatau Sarana Property. They have 3,250 hectare managed by KSP in Cilegon. And the second one is Krakatau International Port. There are 17 jetty slots with 25 MN tons capacity. And the third one is Krakatau Energy Solution, around 3,000 LPS water treatment capacity in Cilegon. And the last one is Krakatau Water Solution. There's 120 MW power generation. And regarding about their proportion of the ownership, it is separated into two kind of things. The first one is government of Republic Indonesia that holding around 80%, and the public is 20%. If we see this proportion, maybe it's quite unusual, right? What do you think, Timothy and Karin? Like the share ownership, usually like the usual company, maybe it's around 50% uh, for the holder, and 50% is held by the public. And for this Krakatau Steel, the holder is the holder, which is I mean the government is holding 80%. Is it unusual, right?
I think because it's BUMN.
Yeah, maybe it's one of the thing why government is holding this stock, but I don't know why the share ownership is so it's that big. It's I don't know, in my mind it's so unusual. What do you think, Timothy?
Um, Maybe the shareholders' value and proportion cannot be the indicator for the
Past performance
mm,
or what?
past performance and then for the company performance
Mm-mm.
because the investors mainly focuses on something like financial ratios and then
Mm.
sustainability and other aspects
Yeah, yeah.
from the internal of the company itself.
Yeah, so based on this proportion, even though we're talking that, or we're assuming that this is unusual, but uh, we cannot pulling a conclusion regarding this share ownership, right? Okay, okay, okay. Maybe this is just to make it clear that we have known about the same uh, the same company that will be discussed. Then we can try to continue.
Okay, next about the news Krakatau Steel. Before I wanna ask you guys too. Have you heard about the news about this company before?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Oke, for information, Krakatau Steel audit result itu strain allegation of BUMN corruption. Public accountant doubt that the business continuity of PT Krakatau Steel Tbk ini because of the result of 2022 financial report audit found that a short-term liabilities exceed current asset of 1,327 billion US dollar. And then in the detail, financial costs increased by 23.9% compared to 2021 to 171.65 million. And meanwhile, operating profit fell 52.1% to the remaining 34.306 million. As for other triggers, the hot strip mill manufacturing facility was not operational because it experienced a fire on May 5, 2023. And then the public accountant mentioned in their audit result, this condition together with other matters as explained in Note 50 indicates that the existence of material uncertainty which caused significant doubt about the group's ability to maintain its business continuity. Toto wrote in the audit notes to CRAS 2022 financial statement, which were uploaded to the IDX website. Even though the public accountant wrote this, the audit result about CRAS still gets a qualified opinion from its auditor. And what you guys think about this news?
Maybe Timothy, you want to add first, or me? Okay, maybe uh, if I see from the news, maybe I have heard about this kind of news, but not that detailed. But here, after you explain about the news, I really take a concern on about the exceeded liability of current asset. Like there's a liability exceeded current asset of 1.327 billion. It's very, very unusual, right? So
Sorry, it's
I
not
don't know.
it's not 1.300.
Well,
It's
it's one
1,000.
1,000. Oh
1,000.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, it's very spectacular, uh, spectacular event, like unusual event. I don't know whether it is very common to be happen or not. Uh, have you checked about their financial report? Is it correct in this like this number, or is it just the news telling the not truth
Okay,
news?
before we check about the financial report CRAS, I think this is unusual because the opinion about the audit.
Yeah, yeah.
The Krakatau still gets audit result qualified opinion from its auditors. I think that makes the unusual about this news. Okay, what about Timothy? Have you any idea or same like Malvin?
I agree with Malvin, and I want to highlight about maybe the auditors have uh, their something like procedures that we cannot see only the news and then the details like financial cost increased by 23% and then operating profit. We must take a look deep digger on the audit procedures itself.
I agree with Timothy.
And I agree. And maybe we cannot just blame the auditor that they didn't do well or not professional on doing or audit this company. Like Yeah, who doesn't know PwC? They're really professional in their field, right? So maybe we could see other disclosure to make sure that this is or what is actually happened in this about this company. Okay, maybe should be next.
Okay, next we see about the laporan statement of financial position of Kras.
Okay, but before that, guys, if you're seeing this and you have another perspective or POV regarding this kind of thing, just leave your comment below and don't forget to watch until our final disclosure and final conclusion. Okay.
Okay, now let's look at current asset section of Kras financial report. We can see that Kras total current asset in 2022 are 1,072,512. Next slide. Okay, now let's look at the liability section of the Kras financial report. As we have seen in the previous news, we can see that Kras 2022 current liabilities are greater than its current asset. The current liabilities in 2022 are 2,399,612. What do you guys think makes that happen if we look at the details of the current liabilities?
As I see here, uh, the highlight or the concern that I really take here is the significant increase of the current maturity of other borrowings. Like as you see, guys, here, like I don't know, which is whether this is unusual or just a common significant increase, like from 9,000 to 139,000. It's like more than 1,000%. I don't know. Maybe it's just me suspecting this is like unusual, or you guys have the same opinion.
I agree with Malvin, especially with current maturities of other borrowings. I think it's significantly increased from before like 9,327 to 139,285. What do you guys think? Timothy, maybe?
Agree with you all guys, but I want to highlight, um, but I don't see any significant changes in current assets. So the allegation on that news maybe focuses on current liabilities. Uh, the total current assets cannot recover the current liabilities. So increase the default risk that the firms cannot pay its liabilities or payables.
Yeah.
I agree with Timothy opinions that we can see that current maturities of bank loans increase significant from 600,000 to 1 million. Okay,
Yeah.
next slide.
Okay.
Okay, for next section is company stocks. So based on the daily chart, we can see since third quarter on last year, the stock price fall from around 400 into 180 level as per 16 October 2023. It indicates that the scandal has negative impact and negative sentiment to the market. And then I also see the significant decline on transaction volume. One of many factors affecting strong downtrend on stock price are volume declining. So this allegation or fraud trigger few interest from market participants. So have a surface on the selling volume. What are your opinion, guys?
Okay, so Tim, based on your what you have explained, I wanna ask a question about their fundamental analysis. How? Can you explain to us?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So basically, the technical and fundamental analysis provide a relatively same result. For example, I use the valuation ratios like uh, R, price to earnings, and price to book value. If we look to the bottom line on their income statement, we can see the net income is negative or net loss, which means the EPS is negative and uh, resulting any decline in retained earnings. So the PER ratio may be negatives and PBV ratio will be uh, seems like overvalue.
Mm.
Okay, thank you, Timothy, for your explanation.
And I don't know, maybe we couldn't really state that this is a scandal, right, guys? But according to what Timo has explained before, uh, the or the suspect or of this company, which is Crass, that have a significant increase in their liability or even exceed their current asset, yeah, it do really have a negative impact and sentiment to the market. Like, yeah, we know in usual in a daily basis when we have heard about something bad regarding one company, yeah, even we haven't known about their truth, like we haven't known about the truth, whether they doing scandal or fraud or other things, but yeah, the market will definitely get a bad sentiment and will drop sharply, right? So this is one of a kind of things that maybe very very we have to be very uh, we have to take a careful of doing or make a news so the audience can uh, make a judge, not bias. What do you think, guys?
I agree with your opinion, Finn. Maybe I see there is any fear, like fear
Yeah,
on investor. So they only do the panic panic sell and then
yeah,
yeah cut loss and
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. Okay. So we have to be careful, right, to write a news to the audience. Okay, we'll continue our discussion. Okay, this is about the profitability analysis. So maybe this quite similar with the previous one, which is the stock market. We're gonna talk about the profitability and talking about some ratios. The first one is the net profit margin. The last quarter in 2022 in industry, there the quarter the not net profit margin, a whole industry average is 5.34 percent, and for Crass itself, it's minus 6.3%. Like they're so different. One is positive and Crass is negative. And also regarding the return on asset or ROA, industry is 1.5 positive percent and Crass is minus 3.09%. And it also happened, and this is the most surprising one. The return on equity for the industry is 3.16%, and the cross is minus 15 points. It's almost minus 16%. So as we can see here, the profitability and the management effectiveness based on cross company compared to the industry is very very different. It's even yeah, it's so far the difference is so far, yeah, maybe it's about what one of the factors is about the news talking about the uh, fear of the audience, right? Like what Timothy have explained before. Do you guys have any idea or just agree with what I explained?
Mm, I agree, and I want to highlight the profitability ratio
Okay.
because on the news stated that the financial cost increased around 20%,
Okay.
maybe indicates that the firms cannot control their expense, so the operating margin and especially their net profit margin is negative.
Yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
about you, Vin?
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Oh, before that, the thing that I just remember, uh, it was about the thing that I explained before. Their proportion of ownership is 80% holded by the government and 20% is holded by the public, right? But in the previous slide, we saw that there is a significant drop down or the negative impact or the sentiment. But as we know that the company is holding 80%, the government is holding 80%, and the market of public is only holding 20%. But the drop of its stock is really sharp, right? So I don't know how scary or how enormous the drop of its how panic of the all investor seeing this kind of situation, right? Like it's only taking 20% of public, but the drop is like this. Do you have any opinion?
Um, as I stated before, that uh, I think like investor uh, have any fear or FOMO, so they do like uh, panic sell and then cut losses.
Yeah.
So the it it derives the chart go strong
Drop.
downtrend.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Okay, maybe we have to back to the profitability analysis. Do you guys have any idea? Maybe Karin?
I think from this profitability analysis, especially from net profit margin, shows that Crush have minus 6.3% net profit margin. It shows that their earning quality is quite low, I think.
Yeah.
What do you?
Oh, it's a good. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Based on this profitability data, I do also have the same or similar opinion regarding their uh,
Earning
earning
quality.
quality.
From this profitability analysis, I think we can connect it to the which spectrum suitable from to Krakatau Steel Tbk. Okay,
Yeah,
next.
that's the spectrum that we have been learning before, right?
Mm.
Okay. Maybe later on we're gonna talk about that much. Okay. Okay. Maybe about the sustainability performance. Do you want to explain it, Timothy?
Okay. Just for disclaimer that the firms uh, doesn't publish sustainability reporting independently because on the firms mm, the sustainability information is contains on the annual report. So maybe just for recommendation for the firms, maybe can separate annual report and sustainability report to provide uh, convenience for investor and shareholders. So for sustainability standards, the report considers sustainability issues relevant to the company's business activities and presents comprehensive and complete quantitative and qualitative data in accordance with the GRE standards. And for the sustainability strategy, these firms uses ESG approach. And Krakatau Steel performs its sustainable business to provide benefits not only in terms of economic advantage but also in social and environmental benefits supported by a strong governance. For the sustainability approach, uh, the first is environmental, and then second is social, and the third is governance or ESG approach. Any opinion, guys?
Mm, unfortunately, they didn't show us or publish the sustainability report independently, right? Uh, yeah, it's usually for this time maybe for some company there's still there are still company that mm, making the sustainability report but not audited, right? So in this case, actually, for this lately or today's sustainability report is like one of a kind of their PR to show how great or how well do their company are. So yeah, unfortunately, they don't really publish their sustainability report independently. Maybe the thing that I want to ask, it is just like an open discussion, guys. I want to ask you, Timothy, what should then, because they don't state the sustainability report independently, then what should you recommend them to do regarding this kind of thing?
Maybe they have to separate the annual report and sustainability reporting in order to provide conveniences for investor so they can easily see the information for annual itself and then for sustainability or ESG itself. And then maybe the firms can also conduct more disclosure about sustainability information related to the standards.
I agree. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true, true. Okay, should we next, guys?
Okay, next slide. And then this is the materiality of GRI topics on the sustainability performance from Krakatau. So this is divided into three sections, which is economic topics, environment topics, and social topics. For the economic, Krakatau Steel continued to deliver strong financial results as the fiscal years progressed towards its ends. And then for GCG, company also believes that the corporate governance is anti-corruption and can build trust in order to retain economic value to improve the company reputation among stakeholders. And for environmental, Krakatau still have various efforts to provide a balance between business activities and the environment, such as using environmentally friendly materials, energy management, water management, emission control, and waste management. And then for the social topics, Krakatau still strives to have a positive impact on the internal, such like employees, and external, which is community environmental. Company is also fully committed to always providing a conducive, conducive, safe, and comfortable working climate with guaranteed facilities so that every employee can give their best for the company. Any opinion, guys?
I think we cannot comment much about the sustainability performance because the content is definitely about goodness about the company kan. And currently the sustainability report is not yet required to be audited gitu. So we cannot comment too much about sustainability
I agree.
report.
Yeah, we can just appreciate what they have done and they state in their sustainability report, right? Okay, we continue, guys. Once again, if you guys have any comments or other perspective regarding this kind of sustainability performance, you can just drop your comment below, guys. Okay. Oh, this is what we've been discussed before. Okay.
Okay, as I mentioned previously, the result of the Crash Financial Report audit received an unqualified opinion. This means that there is no earnings management in Crash Financial Report. Therefore, the bottom three spectrum is not suitable for the Krakatau Steel Company. And as Malvin mentioned before, at profitability analysis, the earnings quality of Crash looks low. So I think the spectrum that is suitable for Crash is number two. Do you agree, guys, with my opinion?
Mm, I literally agree for your explanation and also your choice, which is the second one. Because yeah, as what you mentioned before, like uh, yeah, the audit the auditor stated that it's unqualified, so it is possible for us to say that the bottom tray is suitable for this cross, right? So yeah, I agree.
Also agree with you two guys because I have seen that the profitability margin, especially return on equity, is negative and doesn't exceed the weighted average cost of capital, which indicates that the returns is inadequate.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Okay. Okay, so we have been in the same page, right? So we have been in the same page that we are agree about the quality spectrum of cross SGAP, decision useful, but sustainable, low earning quality. Okay, if it is not, if there's no other idea or opinion regarding this topic, maybe yeah, we have to end this open discussion, guys. What do you guys have any still have any other thoughts?
I agree with
I
you,
think
Malvin.
enough.
Okay, enough. Okay, if it is enough, then thank you guys for your attention. Once again, I tell you guys, if you are saying until this final conclusion, thank you very much for watching our open discussion. And don't forget to leave your thumbs up and also subscribe us. And don't forget to drop your comment below regarding your other thoughts. Maybe it's different perspectives, so we can have more explanation, and also we have more perspective regarding this kind of uh, case. Okay, if it's enough, then we have to finish this presentation and discussion, guys. So bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye. Thank
bye.
you, guys, for watching.
Thank you.